Welcome back friends to the class number 93, and in this video we will discuss about basic of letter of credit. We are discussing the export packing credit facility in broader way, right? So in previous video we discussed about the concept of post shipment finance. Now LC, how LC becomes part of a post shipment finance, that will be discussed in next video. But first, before that, you need to have a basic idea about how LC works and why LC is important in such a trade transactions. So the basic understanding of LC is the motive of this video. So here is India, C, and America, Rahul and David. So first, think that Rahul is sitting in India, David is sitting in America. Rahul has no control over the activities of David, and David has no control over the activities of Rahul. It is not like that if Rahul doesn't send the goods to David, or David doesn't make the payment, that India will go to war with America and get the payment from David recovered for on behalf of Rahul. This will not happen, right? So they both have to trust each other if they want to do any trade transaction, any business with each other, right? So now what happens? David in America wants to purchase goods from Rahul, right? Number one point. But Rahul doesn't trust David for payments. Rahul doesn't trust David for payments. Rahul has a doubt that if I manufacture the goods as per the requirement of David and sends the goods to David, it may happen that David may refuse the delivery of the goods. He may not even take the delivery of the goods, right? And or after taking the delivery of the goods, the David may refuse the payments of the goods altogether. All of this will result in heavy losses to Rahul, right? So Rahul wants advance payment from David. Rahul wants David to send him advance payment so that he can process the order accordingly. But now the question is, David also doesn't trust Rahul. David doesn't want to send any advance payment to Rahul, because David has a fear that if I send any advance payment to Rahul, then he may not even deliver the goods to the David. He may not even deliver the goods on time to the David, right? So in that case, David will be in huge losses. So David doesn't trust Rahul for supply of goods. So David wants to do the payment after delivery only. So friends, if both of these parties remain stuck in this thought process, Rahul wants advance payment, he doesn't want to make advance payment, right? So in this way, there can be no trade between two countries, right? So there has to be a way out for this transaction, that though both of these parties who want to deal with each other can deal with each other without fear, right? Now the concept of LC steps in. So, in order to effect this transaction, they need a middleman. They need a guarantor who can guarantee Rahul the payment, who can guarantee David the delivery of goods. So, they need a middleman, the guarantor, and that middleman is not other than the banker itself, the bank itself. Now, the LC transaction gets routed through the banker. How this is routed, let us learn through this chart. So this is India, C, America, right? And this is Rahul and David. Now, what will happen? Rahul and David are talking to each other. They want to trade. They want to do business with each other. Now, what will happen? David goes to Bank of America. David goes to Bank of America. He tells them about this transaction, this proposed transaction with Rahul, right? So now Bank of America, first of all, Bank of America will study David. Bank of America will ask for all the financial documents, all the net worth related documents, securities, collateral securities from David. They will explore his past, present, and future, and they will make sure that David is a worthy counterparty. That is, David is a credit worthy party. So they will take the docs and security from David, right? Now, after satisfying itself, each and every word is important. After satisfying itself, the Bank of America satisfies itself. Bank of America now agrees to guarantee this whole transaction. Bank of America says that David, now we are comfortable on you. We have studied your past, present, and future by way of documents and market reference, and we have taken so and so security from you. Now you can enter into transaction with Rahul, and we will guarantee the transaction on your behalf, right? So the Bank of America will prepare letter of credit. Letter of credit is nothing, just a 2-3 page format of a letter. So it be on piece of paper, right? So they will prepare a letter of credit, right? Which is a type of guarantee only, right? How will this operate? Let's see. So this piece of paper, this letter of credit of 2-3 pages will contain all type of terms and conditions that are agreed mutually between Rahul and David. First, Rahul and David with mutually agree with each other for some terms and conditions, like the amount of the transaction, the bill amount, the time of delivery. Rahul agrees that he will deliver the goods by by 31st December. The payment terms both parties agree to, description of goods, what goods will be exported, and all other minor things. All of these matter which is personal to Rahul and David will be incorporated in letter of credit, right? So this will all form part of this piece of paper, this letter of credit, along with the guarantee of the Bank of America. Now what will happen? uh, Bank of America will give that LC to Rahul. Bank of America will give that LC to Rahul. So now Rahul will study the letter of credit and will see that all the terms and conditions are within the agreed norms only, are only those terms which were earlier agreed by Rahul and David. And Rahul will see whether he will be able to meet with all these terms and conditions or not. Although practically what happens is, before issuing a letter of credit, the draft format of letter of credit is shown to Rahul. After getting the confirmation from Rahul, only then Bank of America issues the final LC, right? So this step practically happens before issuance of LC only, right? So Rahul studies and start preparing the goods according to it. Now all the goods type, time of delivery, payment terms are mentioned in letter of credit. So now Rahul will start manufacturing the goods as per the letter of credit only, right? So this letter of credit serves as a guarantee to Rahul now. If Rahul comply with all of these conditions that are mentioned in letter of credit, then Bank of America then Rahul has guarantee of Bank of America that he will get the payment. Even if David doesn't pay so, the Bank of America is obligated to pay so on behalf of David, right? So Rahul just has to comply with all the terms of letter of credit only now. So now Rahul start preparing the goods according to it. In the ninth step, Rahul supplies goods and ensures that all terms of LCs are complied, right? And sends all export documents through his banker to Bank of America. All export documents. Rahul will involve his banker and he will hand over the LC to his banker and all the export documents set, and that bank will send those export documents to Bank of America. Now, Bank of America will study the export documents, which will be containing invoice, packing list, marine insurance, every type of the thing in the invoice and packing list will contain the description of goods as well, right? So Bank of America will satisfy itself by reading those docs and will see whether the terms of LCs are complied or not, right? So now if everything is okay, if everything is right, then Bank of America now is bound to pay to Rahul irrespective of David pays or not. If Rahul has complied with all terms of LC and have exported the goods, have submitted the proof of shipment like bill of lading, right, to Bank of America, now Bank of America will be obligated to pay to Rahul on due date even if David doesn't pay. It will be duty of Bank of America to recover the due amount from David by itself, but Rahul have no concern about it. Rahul will surely now get the payment from Bank of America, right? So the first concern of Rahul, that he doesn't trust David for payments, is now solved. Right? Now the concern of David that Rahul will not supply the goods is also solved, because when the export documents are sent to Bank of America, the bill of lading, which is ownership proof of the documents or shipment proof of the documents is also sent along with those documents. So now the David also has guarantee that goods are actually shipped to him. Goods are actually shipped to him. So the problem of David is also solved here. Problem of David is also solved by way of LC transaction. So payment is released after checking export documents. Thus David is now sure of delivery. But there is one point to be noted. David is sure about the delivery of the goods. Has all his problems sorted out now. But this LC transaction doesn't ensure the quality of goods. If the Rahul has sent any inferior quality of goods, then it will be total risk of David only. It will not be risk of any Bank of America or anyone. Letter of credit doesn't guarantee the quality of goods because Bank of America can't get the quality of goods checked, right? So that risk will always be on David itself. So Bank of America doesn't guarantee David about the quality of goods. That is one limitation of letter of credit, right? So I hope you have understood this concept. Now we will merge this concept along with post shipment finance in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.